Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday, March 3rd, episode 4 of Hot Takes Party of 4. My name is Chris Thies, Alpha Rotor rep up in Minnesota. I'm joined by the lovely Madison Mastro in Chicago, Kimberly Myers, Florida rep in Philly, Gabriel Jordan, Las Vegas rep in Las Vegas. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning?
Great. How are you?
So
Excellent.
good.
Excellent.
Spring is right around the corner. Eric Levin, I upped my backup game. This is just for you. Don't
Eric
tell
Levin's
Big
going to have to give me
Greg.
another week. I'm working on my green screen.
So good.
I got to take it off now. He'll be so upset. I can't hurt him.
No. You keep that thing rolling.
All right, I'll just keep it on the whole time.
You keep that
He
thing.
doesn't have Facebook. He doesn't have one. He doesn't know how to use it.
Papa Mastro would be proud.
Yeah.
I love it.
So we are, this is episode 4, guys. Like 4 people, party of 4, episode 4. This is like your golden birthday almost or something, huh? Like,
It is. We should get champagne and celebrate.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 a.m.
Never.
Mimosas.
I
Okay.
never will say no to champ. So yeah, I'm all in mimosas.
Kim, you have to come. I want to party with you. You would have fun. You got
Yes.
to come here. We will.
I love Chicago. I've told
I know.
you it's one of
I
my
know.
favorite cities. But
I know.
I can only come between like May and October. None of this
You're the
winter
best one.
nonsense.
I know. I feel you.
What about the humidity months? There's humidity in Chicago that I can't deal with.
It's hot. You step outside and I melt. Like my first layer of skin just melts off of my body. I'm not kidding.
Come to Miami in August. So let's talk about humidity.
Yeah, humidity.
Oh.
Gabriel's like humidity, can't deal with snow, cold temperatures. Like,
God, I can barely deal with over 100, and I live in Vegas, so that's what 6 months out of the year. I need it dry and 72.
Yeah, it's dry. I love when people say that. It's 105, but it's a dry heat. I'm like, so is my oven, but I don't want to go sit inside of that. So
Yeah, right.
Truth.
I'd rather be hot than cold.
I agree.
There's a debate. I have friends and I talk about this. The reason I would rather be cold than hot is because if you're cold, you can do things to warm up, jackets, layer. If it's hot, you're just sitting there. You're hot.
It's true.
I'd rather be cold than hot. That's
I would
interesting how
agree.
body temperature.
I'm with you on that, Gabriel. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Not me. I get so cold that it physically, like it hurts.
It aches. Like you are like
Yes.
shivering and then you are sore for the next week and a half because you've shivered so hard.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather be
I
sweating
swear,
bullets.
Me too. I used to would rather be the opposite, but
So that's an excellent chat if anybody's watching us. Do you think that has to do with physiology? Is that the right word? Like, is it a man versus woman thing? No, you know what? Now that I think about it, I know somebody who's of the opposite opinion. That's a woman who says she lives her life in a tank top and she would rather be freezing cold. So I don't know. For me, it's definitely I'd rather be hot.
Well, your wish will be granted
Yeah.
here in the coming months.
Yeah. Well, let's kick this thing off. Fresh set of questions. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I will go first. I'll just jump right in. I'm going to ask an industry question. I was on the promotional products Facebook page yesterday, and I saw a post from a woman, and her name is, can I call her name out?
I guess
not
it
a bad
depends
thing.
on what you're
It's
going
not
to
a bad
say.
No, it's not bad at all. No.
I don't know where
It
you're
just-
going.
This just really like kind of jogged my my brain. I wasn't going to ask this question until 2 days ago. So her name is Maud Cobalt Swearingen, and it looks like she's with Fully Promoted in Maryland from her flux jacket that she's wearing. And her post says, "Hello, Alpha Broder. Please help me out and bring back printed catalogs."
Oh, I saw this.
I love my Devon and Jones polo and my North End Sport full zip. And she looks awesome. She does. She looks great. Yes, I do use the online catalogs, but a lot of my clients want priced catalogs. Thanks for your help. And this got a lot of attention. There were 61 likes, 63 comments. I didn't read any of the comments. I wanted to bring it here first and see what you guys thought. I have my thoughts. I have how I would fix it. But
so
do you want me to open my fat mouth first, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go there.
It is obviously a digital world, okay? But there are some old habits that it's hard to throw out, like flipping through a catalog or a magazine while you're, drinking your coffee, sitting on the couch, whatever. I understand that it's saving everybody a ton of money in the printing costs and the shipping, and it's saving a ton of space, and we don't have to lug these around, but we still do things in the normal world that aren't good for you. Like, we still make cigarettes and they're bad. I personally would like to see just a couple of the smaller, not maybe a big book. I don't know if she's asking for a big book, but no. But
I don't know if she was holding the 2019
It looks like
book.
it's a big book.
I can't recall.
It
Did
looks
we
like
do Essentials in 2020 or 2019?
I think it was.
I don't remember when we
did
stopped.
Essentials in 2020.
But it came out in 2019.
So but the book she's holding, I don't have it in front of me. It says 2019. I think it's our last big, thick, heavy
Encyclopedia? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would never carry these. I'm never going to carry catalogs again into a meeting. So I'm sorry to any of my customers that are watching. I'm never going to carry a catalog. If we start printing them again, I'm never carrying them. I think we should be able to let our customers order however many they want, and there are no more after that. And the first person who asks gets their arm cut off, and then everybody else has to give me $100. But you just don't ask. You just don't ask for any more catalogs, and we print what we have, and then that's it. Just like, our Under Armour limited edition collection. You're not getting any more. It's done.
Okay. I would say absolutely. I agree with you. I think the digital world is where we're going. I love what we're doing with our digital catalogs. A lot of customers are intuitive with them, and they like them. We make it easy with the Zoom platform we have and everything. I think, however, in the future, there's an opportunity to bring back some sort of printed media. I mean, again, from an industry standpoint, that's another industry, is the print industry. I mean, we don't want to see that completely go away. People still love to read books and catalogs and everything, So I think there's probably a happy medium somewhere down the line of maybe a small insert, like new arrivals or something like that people would like to see and get on board with. But I definitely like the digital direction we've gone. And the rest of the industry, for the most part. I mean, I did see one of those posts the other day, and a customer said, "Hey, who's still got printed catalogs?" And the people responding were companies that were very small, and not what I would say probably were top 25 or 40, suppliers. So I think they're seeing a big shift. I think there's a spot in the future for both. I hope there's a spot in the future for both. But right now, I think our digital platform kicks butt.
And
digital platform is awesome.
And we're definitely, as a company, moving to a more sustainable way of life. From every facet. And stay tuned, because there's going to be more and more information on our green initiative. Mm-hmm. So it is in line with that thinking. And let's face it, we're in line with that thinking because that's the thinking or the thought process of the buyers out there. Everybody wants to, for the most part, I should say everybody, most people are environmentally conscious, and those catalogs we found going to waste more often than not as the years progress.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had a situation where less and less people were ordering them, less and less people, not saying that nobody was. And you're actually stealing my OG thunder, but I have a backup. Because this
I'm so sorry.
No, because it was kind of what I was saying, because I actually I prefer to read a magazine. I read tons online, but when I, sit maybe on like at the beach or at the pool or even on an airplane when I used to do that, I prefer something in my hand to turn the page and look. And that's just who I am. So I get both sides of it. But I feel like you, Chris, and I think there is a space for both going forward.
I think the pandemic forced us to rip that Band-Aid off, right? We went from catalogs to no catalogs. I think I think there needs to be a time frame. I think the world is evolving in the sense of catalogs. So is there a place? There's a place now, but I do think it needs to be phased out. As an example, Chris, you said there's a place for them, or people still like them. Well, people still like gas cars. And to give you an example, VW just said by 2030 they're not making any more gas cars. They're giving a time frame. We're phasing this out. We're good. We're moving in another direction. So I think we need to do that with catalogs as well. I think maybe we can print a little supplement catalog for the next few years and give a time frame. Hey guys, in 2 years we're going to move to this, in 3 years we're going to move to this, and by this year we will have no more catalogs. I think maybe as an industry we should do that.
That's a good approach, Gabriel. Like,
great, Gabe.
Put a timeline on it. So because people don't like immediate change, right?
That's right.
Bam, done. You're like, whoa, go back. Website, perfect example. Where's my classic mode?
Yeah.
Right.
So like putting a time frame on it, like, hey, here's the plan, here's the roadmap. I think you've got something there for sure.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say they need to go, but they're going to go, and we need to get on board and get some sort of time frame wrapped around it. So that's my hot take.
Good question to kick off the morning, Maddie. Woo!
Thank you. Thanks, Maud, for jarring this conversation. I'm gonna go put my flux jacket on now.
I like how she buttered us up with all rare product.
A schmoozer. Right? She's great. She's so great.
Nice.
I actually read through a lot of those comments. And I didn't count who was in and who was out, but definitely a lot of the people commenting back were missing their books. So
yeah.
Let's see.
All right, who's up?
I'll go. We'll just go around the world here. Mine is also an industry question, since last week's was what would you do with 4 hours of your time? So this week, my question is Alpha Broder or Primeline accessory related. What is your favorite accessory that we carry, and why?
There's going to be silence here for a moment.
I got mine.
So you go. Okay, so you asked, you go. Give us a moment.
I got it. So I've got two. And this is the perfect example of when you receive something from a customer, whether it be from a distributor or us to a distributor or a distributor to the end user, and it's something functional, you use it all the time. So here's my little plug for Eco Conscious. 2 years ago at PPAI, they handed out these hemp pouches to all of us. And I was like, what am I ever going to do with a pouch? Like, seriously, like, not a pouch guy. and then when we would travel, when we would travel, I'd be like, where's my charger cable? Where's my HDMI cable? Where's this charger block? Like, I was like, I have this pouch. So I use this religiously to carry all of my like electronic stuff for the road, like cell phone charger, laptop charger, HDMI cables. So like, that's one of my favorite pieces. It's like a $3 item from Eco Conscious. exclusive to Alpha Broder, eco-conscious. And then item number 2, IT130, like the light up your logo duo USB charger. Like, we're so attached to our phones every day and electronics, like it's got to constantly be charging, right? There's no better medium or self promo than putting your logo on this, using it every day. So I really like that. Those are mine.
How are we supposed to narrow it down?
Gabe.
We lost Gabe. Gabe's
Gabe's
like, I'm out.
I'll be back.
So I always talk about a couple of things that I use with the regular, the NE901, the crossover tote bag.
Oh yeah.
From North End. Love it. It is a tote or a backpack. And I was using it on the road in client meetings, and then very easily transitioned over to using it, in the spring to go on picnics and throw stuff in there. So I love that. I'm not gonna lie, I got myself a new spider bag.
Nice.
With the little fanny pack, which you don't wear as a fanny pack, just FYI for all you OGs out there, you wear it crossbody. That's the cool, all the cool kids are doing it. But I haven't used it yet. I haven't gone anywhere, but I'm excited to. So I'm probably like, from an accessory standpoint, a bag person, I guess. Now that I'm the bag lady, because those are the products that I use the most. And then on the daily, just around the house, from a Primeline perspective, I can't. When we started selling Primeline, I was like, who the heck buys these mop toppers? And I mean, my niece is 1.5, and I have the mop topper with the spinny head. Forgive me, I don't remember the style number. And I sat with her for, I don't know how long, just spinning the head. And then the cat came over and the cat was spinning it. I'll post videos on my Instagram.
Please post videos.
So I was like, here's this pen that is not only my version of a fidget spinner, because I would drive and spin the head. It's a baby toy, probably not appropriate for babies, so don't sue me. And a cat toy. I mean, it's like a 3-for. Oh, and it's a pen, so you can actually write with it and clean your screen with the mop head. So
stress reliever. It's like
it's
a 10
everything.
In 1. Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's the best bang for your buck in our collection.
Nice.
I will. I'll have to post videos. So
I have two Primeline ones. The Power Beast charger.
Ooh.
Awesome. It's 12,000 milliamp hours, and your typical power bank, for like those that don't know, it's 1,200 milliamp hours. So this one is 12,000. This will recharge your phone pretty much the entire week. It's awesome. I have it in both colors. I have like 3 of them. I keep them fully charged just in case. It charges my heated vest. I do have a heated vest. My mom sent it to me. Works wonders. Yeah. And then actually, these pens. It's a pen with a stylus and a highlighter.
Ooh,
That's a Primeline product?
Yeah.
All right, you gotta send style number hacks. Like,
I think it's HL. I have one I might be able to send you.
One? You just had a couple of them.
Whole jar. You a hoarder?
I can spare one. My least favorite color is orange, so I'll send you that. Like,
yeah.
What is that?
It's HL 145.
HL 145?
Yeah. Under
That's
$1.
Hot take, ladies and gentlemen. Write that down if you're watching.
HL 145.
Nobody wants to touch any grimy anything right now. So you can
Gabriel.
Hey guys, I took off for a while.
You're on here twice now. There you go.
We went from none to 2.
He multiplied.
You got me? I'm sorry. I don't know. We'll deal with that later. So I missed the go around everybody's product.
Mine was the eco-conscious accessory pouch,
right?
And the IT-130 dual wall charger block.
Mine was the NE901 rotate tote and backpack in one.
I love that, right?
And the spinny top mop topper pen.
That's a good one. Maddie?
Mine was the Power Beast charger.
Oh, the Beast. I take the Beast with me everywhere. I have 2.
Me too. And then the HL145.
I need to invest in the 2 that Maddie mentioned because I don't have either.
So my family, and I'm taking it off my phone right now because I am on my phone. We, for the last 3 years, we use a cell phone wallet. Are you guys familiar with this piece? So I haven't carried a wallet in 2.5 years. I have
green.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome.
It's green.
So we're all using them. So we're all using them. That's great. That's great. I think it is fabulous. I have 2 or 3 credit cards, driver's license, and that's it. What else does one need? So I've been using that for years. My wife uses hers. She has the ring on it, so you can hold your phone with it. But that is the go-to item. When one gets worn out, you simply order more. But that's my go-to item. Never liked carrying a wallet.
You know what, Gabriel, is funny is my wife, like, she's not a big purse person or anything like that, and I think she's watching, so I won't embarrass her. But as soon as we started selling Primeline and had those, she was like, "Oh, those are weird." And now she never carries
Those
a
are
purse.
weird.
I love it.
She just puts that on her phone, and everything's on the back of her phone. She always.
Yeah, that's my item. I love that piece.
Well,
those were good ones, guys.
Those are really good.
Yeah.
We've got some people watching here. I teased it. We're kind of halfway through the segment here. I teased it earlier on social media, but we have some merch, some Hot Takes Party merch. This is our new Columbia Triton copolyester or coplastic water bottle. So for anybody watching that is not an Alpha Broder employee, if you can name 3 private label brands in the comments, the first person to do so, we will send you one with our logo on it for you to use and check out. So take a look at that, and I'll keep an eye on it here, and we'll keep on moving. So.
Do you think that, before we jump into the next question, do you think maybe we should do some shout outs to who you're wearing, as they would say? One of my guilty pleasures is watching award shows solely because I love the pre-show and the fashion and who you're wearing. But it looks like we're all in today.
We are.
So I am so excited about. I'm going to give you 2 shout outs. I'm not going to show you my bottoms, but I'm going to tell you about my bottoms. I have on the new Under Armour Hustle fleece, and I love it because I am a child of the generation where you used to cut. So it's raw edge and it gives you a little flash dance, but super comfortable, in love with it. And the new Impact Yoga Collection pant, the 280L. I'm telling you, ladies, buy these. Buy yourself a sample. Don't upsize. I panicked because I got a little junk in the trunk, and I'm thinking it's pants. So I'm not gonna lie, I went up a size, and I shouldn't have. So don't. But buy yourself a pair. They're like what, $12 or something.
Yeah.
Super nice. So there's my shout outs. Go.
All right, I've got, as you guys can tell, the Puma track jacket, traditional. But what I love, and again with the bottoms that I'm wearing, I am wearing the new Threadfast unisex joggers, and I've got a quick funny story about those, and I've been telling people. So when we received these, we received them with the leggings, the camo leggings, and so I'm pulling them out of the box. I'm like, oh, leggings, and then I pulled the Threadfast joggers out, and it said unisex on them, and my first reaction was, okay, I guess guys are wearing leggings now. So that's the trend. So I put them on. By far the most comfortable pants I've ever had on. So I wear them regularly. They're stylish. They don't clinch to your leg. They're not the traditional leggings for those men who are wondering about. But it's that same material. It's that stretch material. So I've got the Puma track jacket on and the Threadfast unisex joggers.
Mine show up on my doorstep today. I ordered samples.
Mine will be here tomorrow. I can't wait.
I'll do my shout out. I'm rocking one of my favorite quarter zips, the CE 401, super lightweight melange core 365. If you haven't seen Maddie Mastro's viral video of this piece, go check her out on social media. It's amazing. There's a dog involved. I'll just play with it there.
He's a cute dog.
And then my go-to hat. Like, this is the Flex Fit 110. Like, it's a trucker cap with stretch. I bet you I have this in every color, and it's fantastic. It's the best hat ever.
Nice.
That's me.
It's a good hat. I'm wearing the Next Level Crew with
buddy.
Mid and West Coast. Shout out, guys. And my joggers today are the alternative camo joggers, so you can't see me walking by you on the streets.
Is it weird that I have the exact same joggers but in a larger size and the same color?
Like on right now?
No.
Oh.
You wore them in one of our workouts. Do you remember?
Yes.
Remember wearing them to one of our workouts?
Yes, I do.
I remember.
I
love a crew neck. I love a crew neck.
We all sell what we love, right? So no better way than to put it on and road test it.
I like it.
Awesome.
So I have a question that's non-industry related. Do you want to throw that out there? And it kind of ties into what Maddie was talking about a little bit. Or do you want an industry related question? I have two. But I'll go non. All right, so
go with your first.
Do you read? Not meaning are you literate, but do you read books? And if so, are you reading anything right now, or have you read something recently? I during this whole year, I swore I was going to read 1 billion books. Because everybody kept talking about all this time we were going to have. Remember those 4 hours? I was like, what 4 hours? I don't ever have free 4 hours. Anyway, so I have decided to try to read, like one for personal and one for professional. And the last books that I finished was the personal one was The Moment of Lift by Melinda Gates, and any woman or any man that has daughters should read it. It is a really great book. And I'm gonna start reading Where the Crawdads Live. I don't know what it's about. I have no idea. I asked somebody for a suggestion and they told me to buy this book like in the summer, and I bought it. So that is my mission, to start reading that. And then from a work perspective, I just finished Deep Work, which was about staying successful in a really distracting environment and world which we're living in. But my next book is going to be Drive, and it's about what motivates us, basically, and what motivates us as salespeople and your clients as buyers and things of that nature.
Wow, Kim, you're putting us all to shame with these books.
No, I read 2 books over the course of a year. That's so sad.
That's 2 more books than me.
Me too. It's like 3 more books than me.
I would say, Kim, I'm with you. Like, my wife reads a lot, and I used to read a lot when I was little, and then life happened, and I'd rather golf. But I was like, hey, pandemic time, like, I want to get back to doing some reading. So I made a goal this year. I was going to read a book a month. And I read my book in January, got it done. I grabbed my book for February. It's March 3rd. I got about 100 pages left. It's a 400-page book, so I didn't go light. I went hard, and I got about 100 pages left, and it's called The Wild Inside by Christine Carbo. I'm a big fan of Yellowstone, the show Yellowstone, like that kind of mystery drama. So my wife found this book for me. It kind of has the same background to it, so she bought them for me at Christmas. So that's what I'm reading. From a professional standpoint, yeah, I got nothing. I don't know if I've got a couple. They're on the shelf, but they got a lot of dust on them. I should probably look at some of those.
Nice. So I am reading. When I say I'm reading, this is maybe a couple pages a month. I started out really strong. I got through like 10, 15 pages and I'm like, oh, well, let's keep going. But it's taken me a while, but it is on my nightstand. It's called The Wisdom of Crowds. It's kind of the psychology of crowds and moving in numbers, and it relates to the stock market and day-to-day life. But it's been an interesting book. But that's all I got. That's the first book I probably started reading in the last 2 or 3 years. My wife reads a book a week. We have books all over our house, and I keep trying to get rid of them. But that's her, and I'm a visual guy. Put something moving in front of me, and I'll follow it a lot better.
I'm a listener. I'll always have a podcast going while I'm doing other things, so I can do other things while I'm listening. I cannot sit down and read a book, and I wish I could, because I have a stack of books here that I would read. I just cannot focus on reading a book, and I don't know why. But I'm listening to a dog trainer's podcast.
One might say it's your generation.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
very true.
I feel like if I have that extra time, I need to be doing something or moving, or like not that sitting and reading a book is bad. I feel guilty doing it, like sitting and just.
I understand that emotion.
Guilt.
4 hours. Yes. No, it's just, there's always something more to do. And it's something you have to make time for. I find it easier in the summer because I'll read with my daughter, because she doesn't have so much other stuff to read. So we'll take time to sit and read together. And that's me feeling, I guess, maybe like I'm doing double duty. So
there you go.
It's okay to make the time, but during school time, I definitely find that I read less, she reads more. So anyway, that was my question of the day.
Nice.
All right, I've got that was excellent. I've got one. It's not a very original question, but it's something I'd like to know about the three of you. If you could go back to yourself when you started your career, what advice would you give yourself?
I just told my sister this advice the other day. Nobody knows what they're doing, but somebody will always have an answer for you.
Mic drop. That's good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing every day, but somebody knows. Somebody helps me through the day.
Ask for help.
Ask for help.
That's a great one, Kim.
Very common.
Yeah.
I love it.
I would give myself actually the advice that my mother gave me. I graduated from college, and with a marketing degree, I said, the only thing I don't want to do is go into sales. And my mother looked at me and was like, that was what you were born to do. And granted, my mother is in sales herself. So I took a job at ASI. I was selling websites in a time that internet and the web was fairly new, because I'm old. And people just kept hanging up on me, and just no after no after no. And I remember I was still living at home at the time, and I came home and I was so upset, and I was like, I can't do this. And she was like, why? She was like, you just hang up and make the next call because somebody will say yes. And she was right. I don't know what, like, it cleared the slate for me. And I went back in and I became like a leader in the department and was selling like mad. And it was just like, I didn't take it personal. Maybe in the beginning I did. Now I take everything very personally because I invest myself so much in my clients. But looking back in the beginning of time, I think that I wish that I didn't, I looked at everything for what it is and didn't take it so hard on myself as if it was something I was doing.
Oof.
Nice. That's good advice. That's very good advice.
So the question was, what advice would you give
yourself
from earlier? Don't sweat the small things has always been something as I've gotten farther in this business. Like, things are kind of along the lines of medicine. Like, things are going to happen that are out of your control. And if you dwell on them and try to be perfect in everything, like, you're going to be miserable. So like, control the things you can control. Like, don't worry about the things that you can't control. And if you dwell on them, it's just not going to be a good thing. So I've tried to just take a step back, take a deep breath, and, just be more transparent with everybody, customers, colleagues. Like, this is how it is. And, take it one day at a time.
That's good, Chris. And I think we, to an extent, all of us kind of have the same sort of advice for ourselves. So you young ones out there listening, take this advice. So if I could go back, so I can get worked up, like we all can get worked up. And it's not an angry workup. It's a frustration if something doesn't go right, if I disappointed somebody, and I'm talking about my career. So I would go back and say, listen, it's all about family. The work stuff is the work stuff. And you got to learn to laugh. So Chris, it's almost the same thing as what you're saying. You have to laugh. Somebody years ago, back when I worked at a different company, I had a VP who told me, at the time we were selling a lot of pens, and he said, listen, we sell pens, not kidneys. Let's put this in perspective. When somebody is screaming and yelling, when you're frustrated, you're pulling your hair out because a pen didn't arrive on time, and you're stressing yourself out and it's physically affecting you. Let's put things in perspective. The world is still spinning. We're still alive. The pen didn't get there on time. Let's figure out how to get it there. So, Chris, I'm going to follow right in behind you. Don't sweat the small stuff. Take it in stride. Yeah.
You'll be better and happy. You'll live a happier life. Like,
right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think what you said too, putting it all in check, and that balance of work to life ratio, that I definitely, the older that I got and the further along in my career, I understood more so the importance of that than when I was first starting out. I put both feet in. I was all in everything, given everything. And then, you realize there's more in life. So just like you said, to the young people, to keep that into perspective is important.
And it sounds like that just comes with time, right? We all put in our time and we got to that place. So if you're young, if you're in your early 20s and you could take some advice, I wish I would have listened to the folks older than me at the time and said, you know what, they've been around the block a time or two. I should take that advice. But we're young, dumb, and hard-headed when we're in our 20s.
Now we're old, dumb, and hard-headed.
In our 40s.
Some of us. Maddie's still.
Guys, I'm still in my 20s.
Yeah,
I think that's when I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut. Yeah.
With your AirPods in.
If I didn't have them in, it would sound like I was in an air tunnel. I have my door open. It's so loud here.
Well, you might be in an air tunnel. I think Mastro just jumped out of one.
Oh yeah, wait.
Classic.
So bad.
So yeah, good discussion, guys. Good questions. Good insight. I love it. Gabriel, you got a story today or no?
Yeah, it's not that exciting. I was just looking for, I was going to relate it to my question, which I did not do, as you can tell. There was, it's chance moments, if you did something different, which way your life would go, something like that. So there was it's just a fun story that happened in Australia. There was a couple, they were on vacation and they went to sit down to eat, ordered some food, and there was, I guess there was a casino of some sort attached to this restaurant, and the food was taking forever, and the wife was like, this is ridiculous. Why are we sitting here? Let's leave. And he said, no, let's just wait. He said, go kill some time, go buy a Keno ticket. Keno is a gambling of some sort. She said, I'm not gonna buy a Keno ticket. We should just leave. And he said, go buy a Keno ticket, come back, and by the time you come back, the food will be here. She goes and she buys a ticket. She comes back 5 minutes later or so. They're eating, and then there's an announcement on the speaker and said, we have $1 million winner from a Keno ticket. And they stared at each other for a few minutes and read off the numbers, and she won $1 million. Oh. And yeah, and I'm like, that's just, what if she just never got up? What if he never said, go buy a ticket, kill some time? I mean, these chance moments that change your life forever. I thought it was a fun story of the week with so much drama going on. I thought that was really cool that they got that. So that's all.
That is so cool.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go buy a Keno ticket.
Yeah, same.
Minnesota Powerball. Okay, here we go. So, well, awesome. There were lots of people watching today. We have a winner on the water bottle. It is Beverly Walter
from Brown and Bigelow.
Beverly Walter. She might have covered almost all of the private label brands in the chat function here. So,
go Beverly.
Shout out to Bev Mo.
I will reach out and get your ship to address. We'll send you over one of these Hot Takes Party of 4 Columbia water bottles. Thank you for tuning in. This has been another week of Hot Takes Party of 4. Join us again next week, 10 a.m. Central. We'll be here doing this again as long as you guys want to keep watching. So,
and after.
See you later, everybody.
See you next week, guys.